Good morning, everyone. It's just after 7 a.m. on a lovely Saturday so far. So I'm here in Lower Manhattan. It's the Woolworth Building and others. And I'm at the beginning of Summer Street. So for those who aren't locals, don't know what Summer Street is, this began many years ago under Mayor Bloomberg. And the idea is that on the first 3 Saturdays in August, from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m., a stretch of Manhattan will close off to cars and go. It starts from here, which is obviously just north of the Brooklyn Bridge, over here in the Municipal District, goes up here past Foley Square, up Lafayette. Then that eventually, when you get toward like around Astor Place, then you go up 4th Avenue at Union Square, that becomes Park Avenue, and then it runs up Park Avenue pretty much all the way up into Harlem. So it's closed off to cars, pedestrians can walk it, cyclists obviously can use it, and it's a great event. You can see people arriving here for Summer Streets. The route has slightly expanded in the many years since. Unfortunately, the time hasn't. You can see that the sign here says that you need to be prepared to stop, that the streets open at 1 p.m. I really actually hate the wording of this sign, because for the majority of people who are pedestrians, cyclists, etc., parents with strollers, scooters, stuff like that, the streets actually don't open at 1 p.m. They actually close. So basically at 1 p.m. is when Summer Streets ends, and the streets will be turned back over to cars. So I really think, particularly for a weekend, this really needs to stay open later, maybe till like 3 p.m., 4 p.m. But because, as a great example, again, it's just after 7 a.m. I woke up at 5:30 this morning to get on a train and come here, because if you really want to get the best value out of Summer Street, so to speak, and enjoy it the most, you do really have to be here when it quote unquote opens at 7 a.m. And for a lot of people, that's, tough. This is early in the morning. So anyway, I'm gonna start my journey, and I'll catch us up at a few select places. So we are here at the Astor Place rest stop. I've made it all the way up to Astor Place. It's about 7:45 at this point. So you can see it's starting to get pretty busy. So one of the reasons given for the kind of limited hours is like, well, we have a lot of people to kind of staff this, not only obviously the police who are getting overtime to kind of police the streets, but all the other sponsors and things like that. And that's kind of a controversial thing, as this has come into several years in, is do you need necessarily all of these sponsors and booths and stuff like that? So here at the Astor Place rest stop, you have a lot of the sponsors here with booths over on the street here, mostly people selling like refreshments. Like there's boxed water, protein, kind of sports drinks, Coke Zero, and others. So you could just come and get some free drinks here, or if you're like me and you just want some like good old New York City water, you can come and get that over here. So this is, I see both sides of it, but people do seem to be enjoying the rest stop. So I think that kind of at least speaks for itself there. So we're gonna continue to make our way up to Union Square and beyond. I'm gonna wave to the Wegmans that's gonna open in a few months there. So we are here at Astor Place. So far it's been a lovely morning, and we're gonna continue on. I've now arrived at Union Square, scene of yesterday's crime. It is somehow still intact, continuing on our journey. Hey everyone, we are coming up here on everybody's favorite part of Summer Streets. We are on the Park Avenue Viaduct. Summer Streets is the only time where this is really open to pedestrians. The Park Avenue Viaduct is a section of Park Avenue that allows the avenue from Park Avenue South to Park Avenue proper to run over 42nd Street safely and then around the terminal. That is part of the original kind of urban design of when this version of the terminal was built in the early 20th century. But it's really, really great, because this is a kind of perspective on Grand Central that most people never get to kind of experience, except for these 3 Saturday mornings a year. So there's the MetLife building, 1963. Hercules, Mercury, and Minerva. And there she is, prettiest building in New York, the Chrysler Building. And there's 42nd Street down there, One Vanderbilt up there. Summer Street's the one time a year you get this up close and personal with the statue of Cornelius Vanderbilt that's here in front of Grand Central Terminal. So we're going to continue our way here on the Park Avenue Viaduct, coming up on here on the Hyatt Grand Central, due to be demolished sometime in the next year or so, replaced with a massive new skyscraper. Got some other beautiful buildings here. There's the old Bowery Savings Bank building. There's the Channon building, the old Sunoco Mobile building. All beautiful New York City landmarks. And then we're kind of again wrapping around. There's one Vanderbilt over there. Folks coming around the bend. So this is again a really kind of fun experience to do this. So I'll kind of walk you guys through this whole section here. This is really kind of the most fun of summer streets, because you know, all these other streets we're walking on, you can walk along the sidewalk of them. It's not really the same, but you get to kind of see the same basic sights. But these sites here, that old door into Grand Central, again, you can really see there are no sidewalks here. So as a pedestrian, this is the only opportunity to experience this. So we're coming around the bend of the MetLife building toward the old New York Central Railroad Company building, which has been known for many decades as the Helmsley building, after the Helmsleys bought it. It's a beautiful, classic skyscraper. So again, this is where this section of the Park Avenue Viaduct wrapped around Grand Central. And part of the design by Warren and Wetmore of this building was to allow this kind of roadway to cut literally through the building, as you can see, and out to Park Avenue proper. So there's the MetLife building again, and we're coming through this great roadway downhill from the viaduct, as again we're making our way to where Park Avenue proper begins, and where all of Park Avenue opens up before you here. Let me tell you, man, this tunnel is wasted on cars. So here we come out of the viaduct tunnel, which again is incorporated into the Helmsley building. And now we are here on Park Avenue proper. So you can see several buildings from there. The much maligned 432 Park Avenue. And this massive new skyscraper going up here, which is being built as the new headquarters for Chase Bank. One of the new kind of super talls here. And then we're just going to kind of come up here into Park Avenue. I'll loop you around in a second so you can look back at the beautiful old New York Central building that we just literally kind of walked through. But there's again that massive new skyscraper under construction. Waldorf Astoria is just a few blocks ahead, and you've got obviously a lot of construction going on here right now, so maybe this is currently not the prettiest stretch of Park Avenue, but it gets prettier the further you go uptown. And there it is. All right, we'll catch up as we make our way uptown. It's another quick view from a few blocks back, looking back at the Helmsley building, beautiful crown, the MetLife building, and one Vanderbilt. See where the red window is and that blue window is a few floors below? Those are the bathrooms at the observatory there. Toilets with an incredible view. Worth it, by the way. And another quick look at the massive new tower Chase's building here. We continue on. So we are here at Park Avenue and 70th Street, looking back down toward Midtown here in the Upper East Side Historic District. So I do have a Central Park tour this morning I've got to jump off to. So this is usually where I kind of quit Summer Street. So I'm hoping to be able to do it one weekend all the way up to Harlem. But this is where I'll sign off. I hope you've kind of enjoyed getting a little preview of Summer Streets. If you live here in New York, there's 2 more weekends left, the next 2 Saturdays. And then on the 26th, it'll be running in Brooklyn down a stretch of Eastern Parkway. So thanks for watching, and I hope you're having a good weekend.